Welcome back to the Coast Watch. My name is Lockie, and this is the live watch-along of the FFA Cup quarterfinal between Sydney FC and Brisbane Roar. And first of all, we just have to say, how good is it to have Brisbane Roar back playing some football? It's been over 4 weeks since that last game. The last game was down in Geelong against Western United, where they lost. They've had a poor start to the A-League campaign. They've only played 4 games so far, but it's honestly felt like forever, hasn't it? It's felt like forever. And I can already see in the chat. We've got some Brisbane Roar fans in here as well. What's up? Nicholas is in here. Dr. Dingo says, go Roar. The Brizzy boys are indeed back. And of course, are coming up against Sydney FC in this quarterfinal. And very excited for this one. From a Mariners point of view, I'm decked out in the Mariners gear today. Got the shirt, got the members cap on. Because of course, for those that don't know, the winner of this quarterfinal goes through to host the Central Coast Mariners in these semi-finals of the FFA Cup. What's going on, guys? I see you in the chat. I see Elise. I see Little Piglet. I see Lax. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. This is the first ever FFA Cup live watch-along that we've done. This is the first of a midweek watch-along we've done so far. So, very excited for this game. Who we backing? Who we backing so far? Preston in here saying go Raw as well. Lax says Sydney should win. I'll tell you what. Let's jump to the lineups and assess these lineups because that might impact your tips. Jumping into the home side, an unchanged lineup from their last game out, which was a while ago as well, Boxing Day against Macarthur FC. So reasonably strong side at the moment for Sydney FC. These guys are informed that are on the field tonight. Ryan Grant, Donachie, Wilkinson, King, of course, Redman in goals. Patrick Yazbek in midfield has looked really good, as has Paolo Retre. Caceres playing in that more advanced role. Expect him to start on the right-hand side. Max Burgess on the left was fantastic against Macarthur, as were the two players up front. Patrick Wood, Trent Bahagia, two incredibly fast, young players who know how to find the back of the net. They've got Ninkovic on the bench. They've got Kansoba on the bench. But of course, because these guys played so well in their previous game, it's it's looking good for Sydney FC. Let's talk about Brisbane Roar now, though. Of course, it was very interesting to see what Brisbane Roar would line up, how they would line up, and as well in terms of formation. And look, I'll put this up on screen now. This may or may not be the formation they play with. They actually have changed formation a couple times this season. In their last time out, usually they play with a back three, with like 3 central defenders. But last time out, they actually played with a back 4 against West United. So this is the lineup that potentially we could see them play. They are missing a number of players. And Warren Moon did say that yesterday heading into this game, that they were going to be out with some key players and some young guys getting some game time. So this is the lineup that we're seeing from Brisbane Roar, and let me know what you guys think. Maybe if there will be any tweaks to this lineup, but from my assessment, this is maybe what we could see. Jesse Daly, usually a midfielder, potentially slotting in at right back. Central defensive pairing of Scott Neville, Kai Trewin, Nick Olsen at left back. In midfield, Steinman is back. Jay O'Shea, and Louis Zabala, who I can see you guys talking about in the chat. Nicholas says Louis Zabala is class. Alex says Zabala is very capable. One of the best players in the NPL last season, number 6/8. There we go. So I imagine we'll see him slotting into that number 10 role. We usually see Steinman and O'Shea as, I guess, the more holding midfielders. And of course, Miliosnic on the left-hand side, Alex Parsons on the right. Maybe those guys might change sides throughout the game. And of course, Juan Lascano, the Argentine striker, starting up top for Brisbane Roar, a striker who has gotten limited game time so far. He was carrying an injury throughout a little bit of preseason. This is the perfect time for someone like Lascano to step up and show us what he can do this season. Because, dude, the Brisbane need it. Brisbane needs some inspiration. They need some life. They need some creativity because we haven't really seen it in their opening few games. Luka Ivanovic was one of the only players who really was showing a bit of attacking imagination and creativity. But what do you guys make of these lineups from these sides? Preston says go O'Shea. Yeah, dude, Jay O'Shea is going to be so key for Brisbane if they're going to get something out of this game. What's up, who I believe is a Brisbane fan, is saying Parsons hat-trick, Lascano and Zabala getting goals as well. It'd be good for young Zabala if he got on the score sheet, that's for sure. Alex says I'd rather see Jay in a more advanced than Zabala anchoring Steinman. That's potentially what we could see. And again, so I haven't seen any formation lineups in terms of like whether they'll actually play this formation. Of course, from what we see in the game, I will adjust it here, and that's what we like to do. We like to have the formation graphics here to keep you guys updated on what the live teams are looking like on the field. A-League men's shorts are in here. Who's winning tonight, Lockie? who's winning? Who's winning this one? I'm gonna say Sydney FC 3-1. I'll say Sydney FC 3-1. I think off the back of Sydney FC's good couple games at the back end of last year. Yeah, they did have a quiet start to the A-League season, and that was well publicised that they weren't really getting the results. But this one, man, this one they should win. I think it was when you look at Brisbane Roar, they are missing some key players. And it's going to be fascinating to see how they cope with that Brisbane Roar and how they cope with the Sydney FC side. And it's going to be a fascinating battle. It's going to be a fascinating battle, that's for sure. Elise is in here, says, "Come on, the Mariners." That's right. So, and of course, while we are watching this game of course, I'm not supporting either of these sides. I am watching this game from a point of view of analysing the opposition that Mariners are going to be playing up against. I should say as well, of course, Mariners will be the away side in the semi-final tie against the winner of these two teams. So I would honestly rather play Sydney FC because Mariners have a terrible record against Brisbane Roar. Even up there, we we always struggle. Mariners always struggle against Brisbane Roar. I don't know what it is, but against Sydney FC, we've in that last year or so, we've actually been pretty good against them. So, but look, at the end of the day, I'd take anyone. The Mariners are playing well at the moment. Yeah. Ari says, "I'm happy commentating instead of the usual people." And of course, if this is your first time tuning in, we've got the scoreboard down the bottom there. You might be able to see, and the little clock timer. And of course, I will be syncing up this clock timer to what I'm seeing here on the screen, so you can adjust your streams, when you're watching the game. You can adjust it to try and line it up, so that we're reacting at the same time. I had some friends watching the stream the other day, and they told me they were watching one of the watch-alongs, and they told me like, "We're watching it, but you were like 30 seconds behind." And it was during it was the Victory Adelaide game, where it was like there was crazy stuff that was happening, and like they were watching a goal was scored, and I was like just like sitting here, and then like 30 seconds later, we're like, "Oh my god, a goal!" And they were like, "Knew 30 seconds ago." I don't know, but yeah. Which team would I rather play? Yeah, I was just touching on that. Honestly, I would, with how well the Mariners are playing at the moment. I'm very confident with how we're playing at the moment. I would honestly take either side, but I'd honestly, oddly enough, actually, I was going to say Sydney FC because, as I just said before, we struggle against Brisbane, but Brisbane are a little bit weaker. Look, I'll tell you after this game. Like even if one of these teams get win this game. Depending on how close it is, right? If one of these teams just come out and just dominate, then that's what I don't want as a Mariners fan. I want to see one of these teams just sneak through. I don't want to see one of these teams win 5-0. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. When's the game starting? The game's starting at in 6 minutes. The game's starting at 6 minutes from for all of us. 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, which is quite early for a midweek kickoff. I'm not sure what the reasoning was. I'm sure there was a reason behind that. Maybe it was a scheduling thing. Oh no, wasn't it because Brisbane were flying in and out? I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, dude. That's right. F3 Derby on Saturday, dude. Can't wait for the F3 Derby on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mariners at home against Newcastle Jets. First Mariners game in quite a bit. Same for the Newcastle Jets. They haven't played for a while either. So both teams, it should be a fascinating game because both teams are heading into the F3 Derby this weekend. I don't want to say rusty, but just like without minutes in the legs, competitive minutes. And we saw what happened between Melbourne City, Western Sydney Wanderers, 3-3. Both those teams hadn't played an A-League game in 3 weeks. So will there be another high-scoring affair in this one? High-scoring F3 Derby? Potentially. Got an F3 Derby prediction in here from Ari. Says hard-fought game, but Mariners to come up 3-1 on top. I'll roll with that. Manly fan asks, how do you think Brisbane will play after not playing for a while? I've got a weird feeling that Brisbane are going to surprise us. I think it's very easy to think that Brisbane are going to get slapped in this game purely because of how poor they were playing before their games were getting called off. How poor they were like pretty lackluster. And with the time off, you'd think, oh man, they're going to be so out of it. They're not going to be that competitive at all. I've got a weird feeling that they haven't really got anything to lose. They're still in the cup and they've got a chance, they're sitting bottom of the A-League at the moment, but they've got a great chance here to get into a semi-final and give them a chance at silverware, which for teams like Brisbane Roar, Wellington Phoenix, who are struggling at the moment in the A-League, they're going for it, man. They're gonna want to go for it. Thoughts on Adelaide United announcing Lachlan Brooks' return? Look, I think it makes sense, and it should be a good move. It should be a good move for all parties. For Lachlan Brooks to come back, get some regular A-League minutes. He didn't really play. He wasn't really an established A-League player before he left. It's a bit of a funny one when you think back. To it. So good one for him. And then of course Adelaide United need the reinforcements, man. They need the reinforcements. So yeah. That's right, Elise. Elise says Nick Montgomery said in his press conference yesterday, we are all fit after coming back from quarantine. It is good to hear, and of course it was good to see all the guys out in training. All the Mariners guys look fit and well. All right, Preston says, step up, Brisbane, we will win. Yeah, look, very interested to see, especially these first 10 minutes, whether Sydney just come out firing. But yeah, Camp Sober on the bench, Ninkovic on the Bobo on the bench. I forgot to mention earlier as well. Bobo on the bench for Sydney FC. So a couple senior players on the bench, and a relatively youthful bench for for Brisbane Roar. Jack Hingett is probably the only senior name, the only notable name on that bench. Cyrus Demi is on the bench for Brisbane Roar, who scored a hat trick in Brisbane's last FFA Cup game, which was so long ago. I think it probably was like 2 or 3 months ago. Very long time ago. Furious George asks, who's your favourite Mariners player? Today, it's Jacob Farrell. Adrian says it will be a close game, though. Look, I'm hoping for a close one. I'm hoping for a tightly contested game. Yeah. Manly fan is at the game. So good. What's the atmosphere like? What's the vibe like down there at Jubilee as the teams come out of the tunnel? Is it raining? Is that rain? I can't tell if that's rain on or is that just the grainy camera, or even my TV? But Sydney FC out, of course, in their blue kit, home kit. Tim Danaskos, the referee. If I remember, was that the referee that gave Beers the red card in the FA Cup? I could be mistaken. Brisbane Roar, how good is it? Like, honestly, I'm not a Roar fan, but it is nice to see a team. Like, I can only imagine what it would be like, your team not playing for like over a month pretty much, and then finally getting to see them. Like, dude. Jay O'Shea wearing the captain's armband for Brizzy Roar. Of course, no Tom Aldred still. WhatsApp says, "Come on, Brisbane." Yeah, dude. Look, I'm more keen to see Brisbane. I just want to see them do something. I want to see them do something unexpected. It would just because yeah, it would. I think it's fair to say that it would be an upset if Brisbane were to win this game. I think it would be an upset. Sydney FC at home as well. Sydney FC at home. And it'll be interesting to see when the semi-finals get scheduled in. It is obviously, as we know, it's going to be really tricky coming up real soon for how all the games are going to get scheduled in. Especially like Mariners play a midweek game next week against City, so it can't be next week unless they were to reschedule that. But yeah, Soccer's in here with some questions. Phoenix always starts slow. Do you think they'll get back to scratch with new signings coming in? Especially that performance against Melbourne City. Yeah. I think Wellington will be more competitive, and the signings will help them. That's for sure. If you're right, Ufuk Tale, would I start Paulson or Sale? Ollie Sale's going to be out for another few weeks. Depending on how Paulson's performances are going leading up to Sale's return. If Sale was coming back tomorrow, then I'd probably start Sale. He's got good experience, and you know what you're going to get out of him. It's kickoff here. Let's go. This one is underway. Brisbane Roar, Sydney FC in the FFA Cup football. The clock is underway, so you can sync up your streams to mine. 23, 4, 25 seconds in. That's it. Apparently, Knicks cannot qualify for Asian Champions League if they win the FFA Cup. So does that mean? Yes, that's right, Soccer. Yeah, so with the FFA Cup, so the winners of the FFA Cup secure a Champions League qualifying spot. And yeah, if Wellington win it, or if Sydney FC win it, then Mariners get it because they were third in the A-League last season. Who would you prefer to face as Mariners? We were talking about that just before. It's a tricky one because we've actually got a pretty good record against Sydney FC of late. And but Brisbane Roar, man, they're always a tricky side. But Brisbane are struggling this season. I'd honestly take either, but probably Brisbane, actually. Probably Brisbane. Team of the year for 2021. I find that weird for the A-League to do that, though, like a team of the year, because it's across different seasons. And I feel weird comparing halves of different seasons, you know what I mean? I'd definitely do a team of the year, like come the end of the actual season. Thoughts on these transfer rumors? Jason Cummings, Nani, Batamafa, Diego Castro. Well, I think only two of them are sort of realistic. I think the Cummings one and the Castro one's realistic. I'd be surprised. It could happen. But I'd be surprised if Nani came to the A-League. And I haven't heard anything about Ben Arfa coming to the A-League. But all of them would be great, of course. Costa, you can watch this one on 10play. It is free. It is free to watch. I don't think even you have to make an account or anything. 10play.com. 10play.com. And you can watch it there for free. Which is cool. All the FFA Cup games, every single one, free, live and free on 10play. My favorite Mariners player this season so far. Well, of course, I put out that poll today asking like which Mariners players everyone's been impressed with the most. And I think winning the votes, I think at the moment, was Josh Nisbet. I mean, Jacob Farrell's just obviously has been the story of the season for the Mariners, I think. So it probably has to be him, hey? He's just been super impressive. But Josh Nisbet has stepped up as well. So many players have stepped up. Harry Steele's been fantastic. All right. Almost forget we've got a game of football watching. All right, let's keep an eye on this Brisbane Roar setup. Is there a tweak? Is there a tweak we have to make here? Has anyone noticed anything? So heading into this one, I sort of half expecting maybe a 4-2-3-1. But that's Louis Zabala who's out on the right-hand side? Maybe, unless he's playing as a wing-back, potentially. Maybe they've gone back to the three at the back. We'll keep an eye on it. Slascano on the ball for Roar. Matty Steinman. Mele Jusnic. Dude, it's felt like so long. Like I did a watch-along for Roar's round 1 game against Melbourne City. I think that's the only Brisbane Roar watch-along I would have done for a Roar game. That was round 1. What was that, like 2 months ago? November? Yeah. Yeah, 2 months ago. Feels like longer. So it looks like it might be... It looks like Louis Zabala is playing right back, actually. Interesting. Jesse Daly in midfield. And maybe it is JSA playing as that number 10. I'll keep an eye on it before I change anything, if in case I'm wrong. But let me know in the chat if you guys noticed anything tactically there from Brisbane. Jesse Daly just fouling Ryan Grant there. Sydney FC free kick. About 30-ish, 35 metres out from goal. Caceres to deliver. Here we go. Oh, is it on YouTube too? There you go. The game's on YouTube. It's all on YouTube. Here we go. Anthony Caceres free kick. Ball comes in. Decent cross. Well, Wilco goes back. Alex Parsons. Good to see some more more of Alex Parsons. He sort of stole a bit of the spotlight last year for Brisbane Roar. He's good play for him. Ryan Grant. Yeah, it's definitely Louis Zabala playing right back. So some of the Brisbane Roar fans here in the chat telling me a little bit about Zabala, and he's been performing at NPL level as a central midfielder. Here he is on the right-hand side. And yeah, that is Jay O'Shea playing in that advanced role. Brisbane Roar keeping the ball. Probably what they want to do too. First game back. Just get some possession. Just chill out. They're giving it away here, have they? Patrick Wood. Keep an eye for Patrick Wood for Sydney FC. Where can you watch on YouTube? I imagine it'll be on the MyFootball YouTube channel. Check that out. If not there, now it should be there. Can't think of where else it would be, to be honest. Nick Olsen at left back for Brizzy Roar. We're all going forward, Jay O'Shea. And the throw-in. Relatively positive start from Brisbane Roar. Retre. Paolo Retre winning the ball in midfield. He's Paolo Retre's sort of been the man to step up in the void left by Luke Bratton. Of course, the injury to Luke Bratton. And he's doing well so far, Retre. He's had to become sort of that pillar in midfield. Here's Sydney FC on the attack. Max Burgess. Louis Zabala wins it and clears. Good to be watching some football. That's right. That is right. Always good. We're always thankful to have football in these days. Even if it's a midweek FFA Cup clash. But it is a big game, of course. Sky Blues in possession. Brisbane Roar sort of setting up with 2 blocks of 4 in defence. And then 2 forward players up top. I don't think we've... Oh, maybe from the first season he was here. Jay O'Shea usually sitting sort of as a deep-lying playmaker, but yeah, much more advanced this game. Oh, chance for Sydney FC. Ball comes in for Hajia. What can he do? Oh, no. Jesse Daly wins it. Nice. All right, Alex Parsons. Here's Brisbane on the counter. It's Mili Uznich to the middle. What's he going to do? Parsons decision-making. Wrong pass. Wrong pass from Parsons. It is on the 10-play YouTube channel. There we go. How good. Oh, actually, I assume you mean just the 10play.com. Drip is in here. TikTok name was SoccerClips5. Xander, you at the game, man? You in the Cove? The Cove? How's the atmosphere there? How's the vibe? How's the vibe at Jubilee? There we go. We got a shot of the Cove right there. Can we see Xander? Is you in there, Xander? Literally a shot. As soon as I say it, they show him on screen. That would have been hilarious. Yeah, dude. Brisbane looking competitive so far in the opening 10 minutes. Good switch of play from Steinman. Here's Nick Olsen. Oh, smart from Jay. Is that Jay? No, it's Mili Uznich using his pace to get around. Brisbane. Chance here. Ball comes out to the left. Nick Olsen. Cross is not the best, but ooh, stays in. Stays in. So awesome. You show us on... Surely you show us on TV. Yeah, it showed you guys just a second ago. It was so funny. Yeah, it looks like a... Oh, chance Sydney FC. Good. Cross blocked in the end there, Scotty Neville. Wow. I don't know if you saw some jumping looking at their phone. I'll keep an eye next time the cove comes on the screen. How good. It's always good to have... Oh, here we go. We've got another shot of the cove. I'm looking out, looking out, looking out. I can see Michelle in the front row. Michelle from the Ladies League. Couldn't see Xander. Here we go. Cross in. Sydney FC. Chance. Strike. Over the bar. Was that Yazbek? Was that Patrick? That was Patrick Wood, yeah. First sort of proper shot and goal there. Patrick Wood strike going over the bar. Of course, this one could be a long one too if this goes to extra time penalties, which will be fun, dude. Never done a watch along with a penalty shootout as of yet on the channel. Louis Zabala has already had a handful of touches in his opening 12 minutes and is looking... Goes up the line here. Given one for Lascano to chase. Surely that's a foul. And Wilkinson, does it play on? They're playing on. That's a shocking cross. Oh, what a chance, Brisbane. Well, that was surely a foul by Lascano and Wilkinson. But the lines, it was right next to the linesman too. And I don't think Wilkinson was happy about it. And Lascano just... It was an easy chance for Brisbane. Just played across the floor. He lobbed it. He just lobbed it. It was an easy catch for Redmayne. That was a great chance for Brisbane. That was a fantastic strike. Fantastic chance. Wow. All right. Hey, Brisbane fans. Any Brisbane fans in here? Have you guys seen Louis Zabala play right back before? Any experience in the right back position? We saw on the weekend Jay Barnett, midfielder, play left back. So it has been a week for players shifting out of position. But adapting. James Donachie, Sydney FC defender, of course, facing his former side. I'm trying to recall if James Donachie was part of one of those championship winning sides. Surely he was at Brisbane. Surely, before he went to Melbourne Victory. I'm trying to remember. It's so long ago. Nicholas says, I feel like he had the game intelligence to do it, but I haven't. Right, yeah, in terms of Zabala playing right back. I mean, so far he's looking capable. Obviously, it's quite a different role to playing in the centre of the park. Got to have a bit of pace on you, a bit of athleticism, but I mean, he looks like he's got some of those qualities from what we've seen early on, at least. All right. Updated lineups there. Zabala right back. Daly in midfield alongside Stein. And that's Jay O'Shea playing in that more advanced role. Brando is in the chat and asks, who do you think is the best victory player? They've got a lot of good ones at the moment, but probably Jake Brimmer. Jake Brimmer's good, eh? Who's your favorite player out of both teams tonight? Interesting question. I'm actually a big fan of Millie Usnich. I wouldn't say big fan, but he's when he's good. Like I remember Miliusnic a couple of years ago when he was in form for the Reds. He was very good. But for the Sky Blues, Patrick Wood is good, but Max Burgess, actually, he's on screen right now. Max Burgess, is another one of those players who's like, if he gets going, he's real good. Barry says we're one sub from 700. Ooh yeah. Who's going to be number 700? If you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, you have the opportunity to become Mr. 700, Mr. or Mrs. 700. I don't know why I made that a thing, but that's cool. All right, Brizzy Roar. Come on, Brisbane. What's some good Roar chants? What's a good Brisbane Roar chants? I'll just make some up, dude. Not that I necessarily want them to win. I just they're underdogs, so, and they haven't played for a while, so I want to see them be competitive in this game. All right, Brisbane have got the ball in the opposition half here, though. A little bit static at the moment. You can see Miliusnic and Lascano just chilling up top. Here we go, though. Left side, Nick Olsen. We need a good delivery here, Nick. Come on. Didn't work out. Sydney FC. Caceres, nicely done. And he gives one for Bahaji to chase. Won't get to him. Whew. Craig Goodwin got Team of the Week on FIFA. Is that right? Wow. From this week? That's interesting. I didn't think he was that amazing. Like he got the goal, he got the equaliser, and he was involved. I don't know if he's Team of the Week for FIFA, Willie. Favorite Adelaide United player is probably Bernardo. For a young player, he's stepped up really well and looking good. But you've also asked there, Costa, who's Adelaide's best player? Probably Craig Goodwin. Yeah. Or Isaias. Isaias as well. Hey, 701 subs. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Barry, for the subscriber update. Appreciate that. That's funny. It must have worked when I said who's going to become Mr. or Mrs. 700. So someone did it. A couple of people did it. Appreciate it. Thanks. By the way, if this is your first time tuning in and you're subscribed, welcome to the gang. Welcome to the Coast Watch Football channel. Reaction to an analysis and all the fun stuff regarding Australian football, the A-League, and much, much more. And, of course, you may or may not be able to tell that I'm a Central Coast Mariners fan. Anyway. Sydney FC, just playing around with it at the moment. Can they find a gap? Very narrow. Again there, Daly and Steinman just keeping it tight there in midfield and winning the ball. Okay. Keeping it chill. Good stuff, Brisbane. I said that. I think I said that just before kickoff. I was like, the opening 10 minutes is going to be interesting. Like, are Brisbane going to be here? Are they going to be up for this? So far, they are, man. So far, they are. Both teams just feeling each other out so far. Just getting an idea for things. Brisbane will have gotten forward at times, but have been a bit wasteful already. Here's Alex Parsons on the ball, though. Jay O'Shea is the man who you want in possession. And you can see how fluid Brisbane are. What was that from Jay O'Shea? Almost to Miliusnic. Lascano up top, pressuring. Leonardo. Oh, is Leonardo? Are you tuning in from Brazil, Leonardo? How good. "20 minutes into this one. Still 0-0. Fortnite says, Adelaide are apparently close to a Japanese striker, Ibusuki. What are your thoughts? He has scored 6 goals in his last 60 games. Yeah. Yeah, apparently he's really tall too. Apparently he's like 196 centimeters. So, yeah. I think a good signing for Adelaide to have that just like a focal point up top. Whether he's going to be banging in the goals, of course, we don't know. It's always tricky when these players come to A-League level. Are they going to tear it up? Are they going to flop? At the moment, I'm going to be optimistic for Adelaide's sake. Yeah, that's right, Marty. Spurs 3-0 in the morning, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, Brisbane have a free kick here. And it's going to be Alex Parsons to deliver. Chance here for the Roar. Headed away. Joel King. Ryan Grant. Still on for Brizzy. Nope, blocked. When Brisbane... Here's the thing with Brisbane, right? When you let go of your 3 best attacking players from last season that helped them get to the finals, Dan Zaki, Champness, Wenzel Halls were all pretty good for them last year. Now let go of all 3 of them. You're going to make sure the players that you're bringing in to replace them, which in this case, Juan Lascano, Nikola Miluznic, you're going to make sure these guys are up to scratch. And again, you don't want to downgrade. You want to make sure you're sort of maintaining a level of quality there. I no doubt these guys have quality, and especially Miluznic. We know Miluznic, and we know the quality that he possesses. But you got to make sure that these guys are going to continue to perform. Because at the moment, Brisbane midfield is looking pretty strong. Defensively, they haven't been too troubled in these opening 20 minutes by this pacey Sydney FC attack. But up front, just some wayward crosses, and a little bit static at times. That's just so far. So far. Football Frenzy is a new viewer. Football Frenzy. Welcome. Where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? Football Frenzy. If you're new here, let me know where you're tuning in from. Because, yeah, we do occasionally get the international viewers, which is always exciting. Jet says the Australian soccer advertising is shocking at the moment compared to previous years. It's interesting you say that. A lot of people would actually say the opposite. I'd probably say the opposite too. That 10 actually did a really good advertising campaign leading into the season. There was like some really good ads that they did in the couple months leading up to it. Whereas that's been a bit of a... early on, like years ago, there was some good advertising campaigns, like in the early years of the A-League. But for the final sort of 5-6 years that Fox Sports had it felt like there wasn't really enough. Like there was some, but there wasn't enough. Here's a chance for Sydney FC. Max Burgess into the box. Just gets squashed out. Zabala clears. Louis Zabala looking up to scratch so far. Fascinating. I imagine Jack Hingett must be carrying a knock of some kind if he's left on the bench and Zabala's shifted in as a makeshift fullback. Surely Jack Hingett's carrying a knock, you'd imagine. Jack Hingett is maybe the most injury-prone player in the A-League, it has to be said, though. Hey, and actually, speaking of A-League advertising, that's why I'm here. Like, and there's so many other good A-League creators online. Like, it's not just up to the big brands, the big marketing, the big companies. Oh, strike, Jay O'Shea. Oh, had to cut my point short there because Jay O'Shea just had a dig from 30 meters. But anyway, individual creators, man, just like fans creating content, like that's going to be such a big thing. And I don't know if you're listening or watching, you're interested in making content, just do it. Get started. We need more of it. Football friends tuning in from South Australia. Go for Adelaide United. Very nice. But yeah, first real proper shot there from Jay O'Shea for Brisbane Roar. Jesse Daly fouls Palaretre. Is it just me or does these Brisbane kits look a little bit more... Why do they look fluoro? Is that just my TV? Does anyone else think that? Like the Brisbane kits look almost bright, like fluoro orange? I swear they're not usually like that. Usually a bit softer. It's weird, eh? A comment here saying, I heard A-League plans on revamping in the next couple of years with another league, relegation, promotion. Anyone know if that's true? I haven't heard any actual confirmed news about promotion relegation. It's something that everyone talks about all the time, of course, and we all want it. The second division is happening. I'm pretty sure that's been confirmed. Like, second division is a thing, like a national second division, which is good. Which is good news. But yeah, I mean, obviously the rebranding is a big thing that they've done this season, and I'm sure they'll continue to implement things in the coming years. They still look through a number of the games. Okay, so there we go. Xander's in real life and is giving us the real life perspective. Appreciate that. Fortnite, I appreciate that, man. You've been the prime source of advertising, actually. A-League has gotten so much better that you've built a community like this. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's a kind comment. Jet says, this guy's made me so much more interested in the A-League. Thanks. No, dude, that's the whole goal. That's like purely just to because that's what it needs, dude. Like, as I was saying, it needs more like even just independent creators, just fans talking about it, fan engagement, and doing something different. And yeah, I mean, as I said, that there are plenty of other creators out there doing stuff. Like I've done some stuff with Sunday Ballers. Check out Sunday Ballers. Check out A-League Couch Critics. Yeah, dude. Max asked, do I do content full time? I don't do it full time. I got a bunch of other things that I do. But yeah. I mean, obviously I keep up with the games as much as I can, and well, I mean, full time would be fun though. Hey, corner Brisbane. Scotty Neville can't keep it in. Just keeps it in though. Chance here, Brisbane Roar. Cross comes in. Oh, almost an own goal. I think it came off Donachie, sailed back in the hands of Redmayne. Barry asks, will you do World Cup streams? Definitely interested in doing some World Cup watch-alongs. And keep an eye out real soon for some more Socceroos-related content, because I reckon that'll be a lot of fun. And the good thing is, I mean, like, regardless of... I mean, the good thing about this channel, and I know a lot of you guys in the chat here are followers of different A-League teams, and the great thing is, especially for us Australian football fans, is that at least we all support the Socceroos. Well, I imagine a majority of us are supporters of the Socceroos, so that's content that we can all get behind. Jets and Mariners prediction for the weekend. I think it'll be a high-scoring one. I'm going to say 3-1 Central Coast. Maybe even 3-2. Maybe even 3-2. Yeah. Jared says, this crowd is so embarrassing. How Sydney have fallen. COVID doesn't help. The COVID situation, especially in metropolitan Sydney, wouldn't help. So I think we're going to see this for the next few weeks, the next months or whatever. The numbers are already low as it is. So, and midweek football is always gets a drop in attendances. So there are a couple of factors to that. Obviously, we all want to see more fans in stadiums. Jesse Daly just hangs on the ball. I knew that was going to happen. I saw them pressuring him, man. Here's Caceres. Whips it across, looking for Bahagia. It's going to get to him. Trent Bahagia in the box. Goes to the strike near post. Doesn't work out. Goal kick. Nick Olsen getting caught out there, though. Xander says, are Nick's able to host FFA Cup games while in Wollongong? Like, surely if they beat Victory and when there's a beat the grand final, Wollongong's to me. I think I saw something that they can't, or they don't, or maybe they don't have a. Yeah, I don't think they can, even in Wollongong. Yeah, I just don't think they can host FFA Cup games. FFA Cup brings less fans, which is that's true too. Just the competition itself is obviously a bit less popular than the main A-League season. Here's Trent Bahagia, who might sneak in for Sydney. Long ball. Trent, no. Kai Truan, well done. Kai Truan's been good this season for Raw. He's been one of their standouts. He's a young player, and he's sort of turned into one of the senior figures in the back line for Brisbane in the past year or so. Max. Yeah. Combination of work and doing this stuff too. Here we go. Chance Brisbane. It's going to be Alex Parsons, and he's going to win a corner. Half an hour into this game. It's built up nicely. It's been relatively even. Fortnite says, working right now. Like I work for myself so I can watch these. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate you tuning in while working. Commitment. Here's a corner for Brisbane Roar. Can they be the ones to open the scoring? That would make it really interesting if they could. Jay O'Shea out swinging corner. Here we go. Corner comes in. Heads go up. Matty Steinman at the far post. Comes out now for Jesse Daly. Back in for Steinman, who has space. Steinman! Redmayne saves. Oh, was that not a save? Deceptive camera angle. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate those in sport when the ball looks like it's going somewhere, but it's just like I thought it was Redmayne slapped that away, but the shot just there. Shot just kept going up from Matty Steinman. Good chance, Raw. Yeah, dude, even game, very even game. Let's pull up the stats too, dude. Let's check out some stats. Because I reckon shot stats might be even, maybe slightly in favour of Sydney FC. Let's see if I'm right. Well, it says here only 2 for Sydney, and it says 1 here, but that one that just happened, so that would probably be 2 for Brisbane. So there you go. 56% possession so far to Sydney FC. Whew. Okay. So this is probably positive stuff for Brisbane, considering that they're a little bit they don't have that much match experience in the past month. If you're a Brisbane Roar fan, I'd be feeling okay. As long as the longer they can go keeping Sydney FC scoreless, and their chances just keep rising of winning this one, getting through. And remember, Brisbane go through. They've got the home semi. It is against my mighty Mariners, but there is a home semi-final on the line, which gives whoever wins this game has a good opportunity to make it to a cup final. That's why it's a big game. Oh, shot of the cove. Can we see Xander? No. Everyone keep an eye out for Xander. He wears glasses. That's all I can tell you. My least favourite team in the A-League? That's an easy one. It should give it away from the get-up. Of course, the team that we're facing this weekend, man, our rivals. Shot from Parsons goes wide. This little bit of lack of quality in the final third from Brisbane, I guess, maybe could probably put that down to a lack of match fitness, match experience in the past month. Admini was here at the game warming up. We're all getting hyped in the code, but he wasn't named in the squad or the bench. Yeah, well, wasn't there a thing? Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure there's I think it's January 15th. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's mid-January, which is in like a few days, where he can actually play. I think whether they can actually register him. So yeah, obviously, man, he's been there for. I imagine he's been. I think he arrived a couple weeks ago. But I think there's like a date or something where they have to sign up players. It'd be the similar thing for like Sandoval at Phoenix and Wooten at Phoenix, and the other players that are starting to come in. Not a lot of play movement at A-League clubs just yet. Adelaide United have been probably the busiest ones. Hey, Xander, is it raining down there? I can't tell if that's rain or not. Or if the camera just looks sort of fuzzy. Is anyone in the Xander's at the game? Is it raining? Or are my eyes just freaking out? I'm just an hour or so north of Sydney, and it's not raining here, but it is overcast. Hopefully you can play on the weekend. Yeah, you might be available for the weekend. Of course, actually, didn't even mention this. Haven't even mentioned this so far. Of course, these two teams face off here at the stadium in 4 days' time. How good. How come Mariappa could play straight away? I think Mariappa was Good question. Was he an injury replacement? Good question. Was he a free agent? That's a good question. Oh, it is pouring? So it is rain, so my eyes aren't freaking out. The rain, G, says Nicholas. You can hear it on the mic. I've got the game turned down a little bit for me, so I can't hear a bit. It does look a little bit hazy, so yeah. There you go. Injury plate. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, but did MacArthur have an injury? Mariappa was brought in. I mean, he was brought in pretty quickly. A couple rounds into the season. I imagine if they're just like a free agent or something, they can just swoop him up. I'm not sure. Jared asks, what do you think will happen to Mariners v Melbourne next week, considering the potential cup final date is looming? I think it'll go ahead. I don't think the cup final date is locked in, is it? Because obviously they've had to swap things around so much. I know initially it was, and wasn't it like real soon? It was like the cup final was meant to be like, was it this weekend or the next weekend or something? It was in January sometime. I can't remember exactly what it was. I mean, I imagine they won't want to postpone another league game. They'll probably just shift the cup fixtures back again. So we might not see the cup semi for, I mean, at least the Mariners until maybe the week after. Yeah. It's tricky. It's getting tricky, isn't it? That is right, Barry. Why is it called the F3 Derby? That is indeed the former. We should raise the point that it is the name of the former name of the freeway between Central Coast and Newcastle, and also Central Coast and Sydney. It is now known as the M1. But of course, why would we change? The F3 just has a better sound to it than M1 Derby. M1. F3 just sounds cool. Thoughts on Zabala so far? He's actually looks pretty good. He's looked good. He's seen plenty of the ball. He's been comfortable. Here he is right now. He's just headed it away, but has fallen to good save. Oh, freak. Was that Patrick Wood? I think maybe with a strike there, Patrick Wood. Macklin Freak making the save. Brisbane hold on. Gee. What was Kai Truan doing there? It was like he was stooping down to try and head the ball. Just kick it. Just clear it. Yeah. Max Ellis. Oh, here's a good bit of trivia. Max Ellis says, only found out that Carl Robinson coached Alphonso Davies and gave him a debut. I didn't know that either, but that does make sense because didn't Carl Robinson, he coached over in the MLS, didn't he? Or in, where was Alphonso Davies at? Wasn't he at one of the Canadian clubs? Because I know Davies is Canadian. There you go. Random football trivia. We love it. Here we go. Honestly, even from a neutral point of view, and I know Sydney FC fans in the chat will, Xander as well, especially, will appreciate this, but I cannot wait for Sydney FC's new stadium. It's going to be great for them. It's going to be great for the league to have another awesome modern stadium. And it looks good, and of course it should be done by the end of this year. Ready for next season. Coming towards the end of this first half. And still pretty even. Robinson gave Davies his debut at 15 for Vancouver Whitecaps. There we go. Football trivia. JD just came over and said, g'day. How good. We love JD. Okay. Is there a goal? Is there a goal to be found before the halftime whistle? What do you guys think? Who's going to score it? Which team looks the more likely? Last 5 or so minutes would probably bring the home side. But it hasn't been all happy days for Sydney FC. Brisbane not making it easy for them. This is what I wanted, though. This is what I wanted. I said before that if a team was going to win this, I didn't want them to smash it because I don't want them riding from a Mariners point of view. I don't want them riding on confidence heading into the semi-final to give Mariners the best chance, of course. What do you do for work? You might notice. Here we go. See that? Where are we? That in the background? Guitar. I do a lot of music work. Yeah, man. Music teaching, gigging, songwriting, recording, all sorts of stuff. So it's completely different from football and sport. But yeah, I'm actually a musician. So a lot of music work when I'm not here talking about football. Sanders says halftime. Sydney 5, Brisbane 0. Here you go. 5. It's gonna be Patrick Wood scoring a hat trick before halftime. You heard it here first. Barry says the pitch looks so much bigger on TV than it is in person. It does look. I know what you mean. It looks like deceptively large. I don't know what it is. And then I know what you mean. Like sometimes you're in person. It's like is that full size? I have that at Mariners games sometimes. Was that a handball? Jesse Daly maybe with a handball, but it's play on. Of course, no VAR in the FFA Cup. Here's Brisbane coming forward. Alex Parsons goes for the switch of play. It does find Miliusnic on the left. Miliusnic taking on Caceres, using his space. Steinman. Nick Olsen. Come on, we need a better delivery. Nick Olsen, dude. Oh my God. And I thought Jack Clisby was bad. Nah, Jack Clisby's all right. Anyway, Nick Olsen has played maybe 3 or 4 crosses this game, and all have been dreadful. Look at that. Oh, dude, that is so poor. Like, look, I don't mean to like if you're a regular follower of the page, I don't hate on people all that much, and I'm not giving hate. I like respect, but I'm just saying like that was a crap cross. Like, put in a better delivery, man. And he had no pressure on him too. The ball came out to him. He had time and space, and he just like it's not that he didn't find a teammate. He like literally kicked it out of play. It went past the goal. Anyway, I'll relax. Here's Sydney FC. Caceres. Ryan Grant. Looking for the 1-2, and it's cut off by Miliusnic. I like Brisbane's intensity in defense. They've been more intense in defense than they have been in an attack. Can you please add a chat link to my music? You can search up Lockie. This is shameless pluggy. Spelled LOCKEE on any streaming platform. I've just got a little debut EP which came out just last year. It is a sick job. It's a lot of fun. I can't replace the music teacher at uni. He's 80 and doesn't like anyone. That's hilarious. And I did I don't know if anyone saw, this was a few weeks ago. I actually, and I think it's just such a funny story. I played at a Mariners game, like on the field, a few weeks ago. That we were doing pre-game entertainment, and I was part of a band that were playing. So that was fun. Like literally, as the players were training on the park, I was like playing. So that was fun. So that was a weird colliding the worlds, playing music while at a Mariners game. Doesn't get better than that, man. That's the dream. That was that incredibly hot. That was the Wanderers game at Central Coast Stadium where felt like 100 degrees. I swear I almost passed out on stage. I was wearing sunscreen, and as I was playing, the sunscreen was like melting into my eyes. It was like, when like you start sweating and the sunscreen starts getting in your eyes, and it was like stinging while I was trying to play guitar in front of like a couple thousand people at Central Coast Stadium. Oh, that's a really funny image. Anyway. Hey, we got 2 minutes of injury time here. Sorry, I keep getting distracted this stream. Let's talk about football. We got 2 minutes of injury time here, and there's a corner here for Sydney FC. Will we see a goal? That is correct, Max. LOCKEE, Lockie. Here we go. Sydney FC corner. Maxi Burgess. Playing it back. Patrick Yazbek goes for a swing. Takes a deflection. And it's going to be another corner on the other side for Sydney FC. How good. Do you remember me got a photo with you at the Wanderers game? Yeah, of course. Yes. Caceres with a corner here, second corner in quick succession for the Sky Blues. Gets up. Oh, Brisbane header. Two players collide at the far post. Still on. Retro cross. Patrick Wood. Handball. Looks like we're going to be going into the halftime sheds. 0-0. Manly fan says, it's fun. You can get distracted. The game's dead. Oh, look, it's been an okay game so far. It's just been quite tight. It's been... I probably didn't expect it to be this close. I thought Sydney FC might have been a little bit more dominant, to be honest. But credit to Brisbane. Playing well. Playing well. Barry says, I was looking stats about A-League fans. And I found from 2020 there were 1 million fans. 1 million fans in 20... okay. 2020 there were 1 million fans. 2021 there were 3 million fans. Interesting. Interesting. So a bit of growth. Big growth. That's massive growth. Wow. I wonder if that's actually legit. Was I live for the Phoenix City FFA Cup game? I wasn't, but dude, yeah, Alex Paulson. I did watch it live, and that was, dude. Bro. Halftime here at this game, though. 0-0 between Sydney FC and Brisbane Roar. A pretty tightly contested game. Sydney FC maybe just having probably slightly the better chances. A bit of lack of quality and conviction from Brisbane on the final third, who have gotten forward at times. But defensively are looking okay in midfield. They've been winning some duels in midfield. Defensively got caught out a couple times. Nick Olsen has looked very shaky at left back, and again, not to just pick him out, but a couple times he was exposed in defence, some crosses going over his head, and then he himself played some crosses for his side that just went absolutely nowhere near the target. Anyway. Ooh, all right. Let's answer questions. It is halftime here in this game. Let's get into the chat. Let's answer some questions. So if you're in the chat right now, let's talk. What's going on? Neon JD asks, do you think Sydney FC can make their way back to the top of the A-League ladder? I'm not convinced yet that they will make their way back up to the top of the A-League ladder. I think they will. I think they will make finals this season. I think they will. They've got enough quality to be playing finals, and they will. I don't know about top. I think they've got a Melbourne Victory at the moment are sort of looking real strong, despite just slipping a little bit. I mean, they drew to Adelaide United, so I don't think they'll make it to the top, but they will continue to be competitive after a slow start. And it's gonna be fascinating. I mean, we're even seeing some of it now in terms of when these more experienced guys come back from injury, like Lofondra, Ninkovic, Campsober, Barbarouses. Did these guys get thrown straight back in, or they're going to continue to play the guys like Bahagia, Wood, and Burgess, who have been playing well. And at the moment, these guys are getting the run because Bobo, Ninkovic, Campsober are all on the bench in this game. Alex says, could Olsen learn how to cross, please? Why is Steinman so bad? Steinman's been okay. I think Steinman's been okay. I like Matty Steinman. Thanks, Max, Max says, looks like you're in a nice place. Thanks. I appreciate it. Because look, I've got a little, I'll take the graphics off here for a second. Got the little setup here. I'm not the best when it comes to interior decoration, so I appreciate the compliment, which isn't football related, but they've got the fake plant there, the couch with the little Mariner scarf, and of course the A-League ball, which are very hard to find. I don't know if they're back in stock now, but I could only find, what is that? Like a size, I think it's like a size 3 or 4, and then just got a guitar and a lamp. Anyway. Ooh. Food here is so much. I'm gonna go grab dinner. 600 chips and wait, what? Xander at the game says, I'm gonna go grab some 600 chips and chicken for dinner. Do you mean 600? Do you mean it's $600? Food here is so much, dude. Food at stadiums is always so much. It's crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. I remember the old Sydney Football Stadium had an Oporto. I hope when they open it up again, it has an Porto. Because, dude, I don't know about you guys. I love a Porto. Love a Porto. Just got to go. Porto. GR7, Wilderness in your eyes is a nice one. Thanks, man. Thanks for checking out the song. Appreciate it. Barry B coming in with the stats. So 2.6 million A-League fans in 2020. 3.6 in 2021, according to Sporting News. I always get curious, like, how do they actually, like, how do they figure out those numbers? How do they find those numbers? Where do they come from? How do those numbers come from? You know what I mean? Because people give the A-League a bad rap for not having fans, or, you know, not having fans at games at least or whatever. So it's always an interesting one, isn't it? Yeah. Where'd I grab the A-League ball from? Rebel Sport. Rebel. Let me grab it. Because the ball here, by the way, it is halftime 0-0 between Sydney FC and Brisbane Roar. So we're going to have a bit of show and tell time here at Coast Watch Football live stream. They got it from Rebel. They only had, now what is this? Let me double check. It is a size 3. Let's get the camera close-ups there. Where are we? Size 3. You might be able to see that they're size 3. So obviously the full size are size 5. That is the only one they had. When I picked it up before the season started, and maybe like a month before the season started. So we're talking like October sometime. They just had heaps of these, but only size 3. Only size 3, no other sizes. So I just rolled with that. And I sort of prefer that smaller too, because it's just easier to sort of keep around. And it's literally just for display. It's just a bit of display. Interesting thing as well, I'll show you about the ball, is that they kept the, they didn't reproduce them. And I think this is even for what they still use at games. Obviously, in tonight's match, they're watching here, the FFA Cup, they're using the FFA Cup ball. But in the A-League, you can see they've got the old logo here. So that's the only thing with the rebranding. I wish, like, I don't know how long the rebranding was in the pipeline for, but I wish they would have done it earlier. Like we've even seen it on some of the kits. If you look at Adelaide United's kit, they've like had to do like a sticker over the logo to get the updated logo on it. Like I wish they'd just been a bit, you know, just so on all the merch and everything it can be more cohesive. Just to stay up to date. I don't know. I appreciate that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. What are we saying in the chat? Under 9's youth league ball, dude. I mean, I remember when I was a kid playing. I used to play when I was a little kid. That's what size 3 is what you play with, eh? Football State's in the chat. Sydney FC fan. Football State says we need more patience. I probably agree. Yeah, they will. The Sydney FC can break down this Brisbane Roar side. Alex says Roar was the better side, surely. Look, Roar were good. Roar were impressive, man. Roar impressive. So I don't know if I'd go as far as to say they were the better side, but they were certainly good. They were certainly up for it. And here we go. We've got some stats here that are showing up on the screen. 61% possession. A tongue twister. To Sydney FC, 39 to the Roar. 6 shots to the Sky Blues, 5 to the Roar. That's 2 on target for each. 3 corners to Sydney, 2 to Roar. So, dude, very even stuff. Just Sydney, just with a bit more possession, as probably you'd expect from them at home. Alex says, if Lascano could square a ball, we'd be 1 up. Dude, 100%. Fantastic. Brisbane have had some really good chances. Matty Steinman had a chance to score at the near post as well, but blazed it high. And the wayward crosses from Nick Olsen. Yeah. Who do you think is better overall? Interesting question here from Costa. Adelaide United or Newcastle Jets? At the moment, Newcastle Jets. Yeah, I'd say Newcastle Jets. It's close because Adelaide are improving. We've seen Adelaide improve in the last couple of weeks. The concerning thing for Adelaide, though, is while they are improving, they've just started losing players. It's like win 4-0 against Wellington Phoenix, lose Ben Halloran and probably Stephen Walk now, but they are bringing in some players. So whereas with Newcastle, you know, they've got good plays in attack, and the only thing for Newcastle is that, I mean, both teams aren't perfect. I'll tell you that. Newcastle, the only thing with Newcastle is that they've got to sort of tighten up defensively a little bit. Just if they can be defensively consistent, like some of the top teams are, then they'll be right. Football State says Brisbane Roar are playing better than I expected them to, but we're still better. No effective attacks. Yeah. SB4 is in the chat, says, would you rather play Brisbane? Look, based off how the season's going so far, probably. Just because Brisbane have been struggling. But Mariners do have a poor record against Brisbane. We just always struggle against them. Last time Mariners played Brisbane, was that the last time? Mariners played Brisbane. I mean, I know the semi's not going to be at home, but Mariners played Brisbane at home last season. We got slapped 4-0. It was such a frustrating game. Yeah. Congrats on 700 subs, says Mr. Saints fan. Thank you, Mr. Saints fan. Always see Mr. Saints fan in the chat. Football State said Newcastle are so impressive so far. They've been really good. Considering how they went last year, it's a big improvement. And then there was a lot of question marks over bringing on all these new players, massive rebuild, new coach. Arthur Pappers is making it work up there in the Hunter. They're my rivals, and we're playing them this weekend, and I hope we slap them 10-0. But you give credit to them because they're playing well, and some of their games they've been really good. They did lose last time out against MacArthur, but yeah. Thanks, Mariners for life. Just listen to your music. Thanks. Football State says the main reason Brisbane are broken down is because they released many of their core players. They were doing a lot of carrying. Ooh, interesting statement. But if we play Brisbane, then it's a trek. Oh, as before saying, but if we play Brisbane, that's a trek for anyone that wants to go. That is true. That's a good point. Sydney FC is obviously closer for the Coasties. Obviously. Yeah. Costa. Costa as just such a blocky LOCKEE. You should be able to find it. Thanks guys for a bunch of you guys in the chat here checking out my music. I appreciate it. I obviously don't really talk about that much, but because it's not really what I'm here for. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to check it out. Let's whack these lineups back on the screen. So tactically as well, which I always like to dive into. I think it's working for Brisbane. We know how Sydney FC's to number 10, like Burgess, Caceres, like to come in narrow at times. And it's probably smart for Brisbane to be playing those two defensive midfielders, Daly, Steinman. They've been shutting it down pretty well. Louis Zabala making his debut at right back. As we were talking about before this game, usually a sort of a central midfield player. And from what the Raw fans were telling me here in the live chat, has been good at NPL level. So he's been looking pretty comfortable at right back as well. Your music is great. Thanks, Costa. Appreciate it. Football State. Would you be down for a collab? Always happy to collab with other fellow creators. Hey, Lockie. Now says, hey, Lockie, have you seen the new trailer for the Neymar Netflix doco? It looks insane. It's going to feature people like Messi and Mbappe. Haven't seen it. Lachlan Brook returned to Adelaide. Indeed, the Football State. Yeah. It's a someone else mentioned that earlier. We touched on that a bit earlier, but yeah, dude, good move for both parties. I think it'll be good. I hope that he comes back and tears it up for Adelaide's sake. Yeah, he could be a good one for him. Lachlan Brook. For those that don't know, he was on the at Adelaide United previously before heading overseas to the UK. He's back. Who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, Football State. Feel free to DM me on Instagram or something. Yeah, DM me on Instagram. I was thinking, was there that? Remember when they used to have like a private message feature on YouTube like years ago, super early on. I think they got rid of that, didn't they? It's definitely not a thing anymore. Football State says Castro is too old now. Don't think he's worth it for Adelaide. It's interesting. So obviously the Castro rumor, for those who don't know, Castro in the past 2 days now, Diego Castro has been linked with a move to Adelaide United, which is it surprised me. I didn't see that coming. I thought he was he wasn't going to continue playing here. And Perth Glory let him go at the start of this season and decided to bring in Daniel Sturridge to replace that final visa spot. And it's an interesting one. I think he would slot into that starting lineup pretty nicely if Stefan Mork left. Just play Diego Castro as that number 10. It'd be really interesting. But yeah, man. So Football State says Castro's too old. I don't think he's worth it. The age thing has been interesting because that's probably been brought up in the last couple of years because he's 39 now. But even in the last few years, he's had a good influence in games despite his age. So yeah, it's yeah. Barry, what is the name of the music? Music. Lockie, spelled Lockee. Lockee. If you want to check it out, if you're interested. Costa says, who is the Brooks that plays for Melbourne? Because that's who I thought everyone was talking about. Oh, no, that's Leighton Brooks. It's Leighton Brooks. I don't think they're related. Are they? No, they're not related. I was trying to think if their names are spelled differently. Or maybe one's with an E. Is Brooks with an... No, Brooks isn't with an E. Surely they're not related. Are they? Are they related? I wouldn't know. Who do I support in the Prem? Tottenham Hotspur. Okay. All right, second half time here in the FFA Cup. That was a quick half-time break. We're about to get underway. The ball back into position. All right. Sydney FC 0, Brisbane Roar 0. And the exciting thing is, and I'm very excited for this, if we get to go to a penalty shootout, we can be doing a live watch along for the penalty shootout, which would be epic. But here we go. Brisbane Roar going to get things underway here in the second half of this game, playing down at Jubilee. In Sydney, in Cogra. Sydney FC, Brisbane Roar. Doesn't look like there's any changes for either side, and we are underway. Brisbane in possession. Clock is underway on your screens right now here for the watch along. If you want to keep your stream synced up to the watch along here so that you don't see me screaming 30 seconds after a goal's been scored. Let's do it. Xander says Sydney have been saving a goal to score right in front of us at the Cove. Yeah, scoring right in front of the Cove. It might happen. It might happen. Sydney FC. Come on, you boys in blue. That's the only Sydney FC chant I know. Sydney FC. What other chants does Sydney have? Don't blame me for not knowing. Of course, I'm not a Sydney fan, so. Brisbane. Dude, I want to know some Brisbane Roar chants. What is some good Brisbane Roar chants? Brisbane. Brisbane. Just the standard one. Ooh, retro. Shifting it forward. Surely Patrick Wood's offside, maybe not. Caceres. Sydney FC building nicely. Maxi Burgess. Max Burgess just looks so unpredictable on the ball. His limbs are very, his arms are flapping all over the place. Like he looks a bit awkward to watch at times. You feel like he's gonna fly away. But yeah. The boys in blue from Moore Park Road. How's that one go? Oh yeah. We are Sydney, the famous Sydney FC. We're from the Harbour City. The boys in blue from Moore Park Road. We are Sydney. Oh no! Now someone could clip me, the Mariners fans singing Sydney FC chants. I better stop there. The famous Sydney FC. It's a good chant. It's a good chant. Good chant. Burgess is quality football state. I agree. He's a good player. He was so good for Phoenix a couple of years ago under Mark Rodin. He was tearing it up there. Went to Western United and obviously didn't quite have the best time there. He sort of wanted to get away for the last year he was there. He only played one game, I'm pretty sure, last season. Wanted to get that move to Sydney, and here he is. I think he almost joined the Wanderers last season. There was like a rumour that he was going to join the Wanderers. Good move from Sydney FC, but there's Jesse Daly to cut it out. A little bit back and forth in possession here at the moment. Teams just... No one can keep the ball. Here's Alex Parsons switching it to Nick Olsen. The microscope is on Nick Olsen this half, ladies and gentlemen. We want him to play a successful cross. We want players to do well here. That's the thing. I'm not throwing shade. We want players to get better. Nice movement of the ball here from Brisbane. Steinman losing the ball. That was a little bit shaky. Do. From the Harbour City. It's stuck in my head now. Hey, here's Miliousnich for Brisbane. Oh, is that a handball? Miliousnich is asking for it. No, it's going to be foul for Sydney FC. So that was a Wilco handball there. Thanks, Barry. Appreciate it. You know what, Xander? Xander in the chat says, I don't care what anyone says. Paolo Retre is quality. Look, I agree. I was actually talking about it just as the game started, that like he's actually been, in his last couple of games, has been good. Nah, not just last couple of games. Since round one, he's been one of Sydney FC's most consistent performers. He's sort of a lock in that midfield now that Luke Bratton's out for the season. He's had to step up without his usual defensive midfield partner. And he's doing well. Here he is on the ball. Oh, wow. As soon as I sing his praises, he gets dispossessed out of nowhere by Loscano. Classic commentator's curse. Classic. That's so funny, dude. I was like, and here he is on the ball now. And dispossessed. Anyway, Sydney FC are on the ball now. And will we see a goal? We had a cup tie last week between City and Phoenix, which went 0-0 for 120 minutes, for 2 hours of play. Are we about to experience 2 hours of play without a goal? But if that does happen, at least we get an entertaining penalty shootout. Hopefully entertaining. That's rough. I'm glad Football State that you pointed that out too. As soon as I started talking about Retre, he gets dispossessed. Here's Cam Sober. Looks like Elvis Cam Sober is preparing to come on for the home side, Sky Blues. And Cam Sober, another player who's looked good for Sydney FC. He grabbed a couple of goals in the league so far. We know about his. I don't want to say. Look, I don't want to be as harsh to say struggles at Melbourne Victory, but he never really got going at Melbourne Victory. And at the moment, Sydney FC is looking a little bit better. Hey. Barry asks if you could pick one Premier League player to play for the Central Coast Mariners, who would it be? Well, do I have limits? Like, can I pick anyone? Wouldn't anyone just pick Ronaldo? Imagine that. Well, look, after Usain Bolt played at Central Coast Stadium, anything can happen, so... Usain Bolt playing for the Mariners. Still think it's a dream. Anyway, here's Matty Starman on the ball for Brisbane. Keep in possession. Football State says Cam Sober has been class so far. With Victory, he was with Terrible. He looks much more comfortable here, man. It's a good little piece of business for Sydney FC to pick him up. Not the first player to join the rivals, to join Victory's rivals. Here's Jay O'Shea to playing across. No one there. What is this? Brisbane Roar. You guys just see that? Jay O'Shea is usually like the king of the deliveries in the A-League. Like the dude is like knows how to play a pass. And that just like, well, It wasn't like it would have been a good cross if someone was there, but like there's no one at the far post at all, like not in the vicinity at all. Here is Brisbane Roar on the front foot again. O'Shea Zabala plays in a low cross towards Lascano. Donachie's getting in his way. Lascano wins it back. He's working hard. Credit. Gets around his Joel King. Here's Raw. Parsons. Alex Parsons. Zabala's just gone down. Louis Zabala's down, and surely Scotty Nell's going to play it out. The youngster Zabala's down. This game is very ordinary. Can't wait for Mariners to carve one of them up for the semi. I hope so. Zabala looks like he's going to come off injured here. What are thoughts on the A-League's growth? I think it's steadily growing. I think it is, even though maybe some signs show that it's declining, like attendances are going down maybe a bit. I'm just optimistic that it is growing, you know. Shucks says Yazbek has been great for us. Yeah, he's been good too, hey. Here's a change for Sydney FC. Cam Sober is coming on. Why are they using the old school interchange board? Patrick Wood's coming off for the Sky Blues. Probably not Patrick Wood's most influential game. He has had a couple of chances, a couple of shots on goal. But Cam Sober's onto the pitch, who does know how to score a goal. We are Sydney. Famous Sydney FC. And another one here for Brisbane Roar. Jack Hingett coming on to replace Zabala, who first time we're seeing Louis Zabala in a first team action, and he's done all right. He's done okay. Hopefully the lad's all right. But Jack Hingett, we know Jack Hingett. We know what he brings. Experienced right back. We are Sydney. Cam Sober on for the Sky Blues. Oh, Caceres wins the ball. Getting forward now. Chance Sydney FC. Caceres cutting infield. Goes for the shot. One-handed save by Macklin. Freak. Corner for the Sky Blues. Good chance. Good run, Caceres. That was vintage Anthony Caceres there. That was like back in his Mariners days. Charging forward, long-range strike. Got some good power on it. Freak probably had to save that. It was probably just sneaking in under the crossbar. There you go. Corner for the Sydney FC. Caceres with the outswinger. Here we go. Is it goal time? It is very deep. It's going to come towards Wilkinson. Chance! Oh, just wide. Well, big chance there for James Donachie to score against his former side. Wow. Wilkinson headed back inside, and Donachie's all right. Looks like he's okay. Big chance Sydney FC. How it just goes wide. Having a look at the replay of this one. Wilkinson did well to get back inside. And just sneaking through. Oh, dude, I think it's Kai. I think I was checking on him because Kai Trum like kick him in the head accidentally or something. There you go. Jack Hingett on it right back for Brizzy Roar. In place of Zabala. No Ramadak Bari, of course, for Brisbane Roar. Usually a first team, usually a starter for them. And who else are they missing? Luka Ivanovic. No Milinaric as well. Ante Milinaric is actually maybe that's why he's not playing. Is Ante Milinaric not? He's on loan from Sydney FC. Unless his loan's finished. Thoughts on the Riley McGree transfer saga? Well, it looks like it might be coming to its end. It looks like he might be joining Middlesbrough. Hey, it would have been cool to see him play at Celtic alongside Tommy Rogic, but at least he's got Going to Middlesbrough, who were a decent club in the championship. But yeah, that would have made... We would have had that, like another Socceroo, another Australian player playing in Scotland. There's already so many. Martin Boyle, Rogic, Cam Devlin, Nathaniel Atkinson. Socceroos are running the show. Costa says I want McGree back at Adelaide. That'd be a big signing, eh? But it's good to see him tearing it up overseas now. Okay, Brizzy rolling the ball. Wayward pass. Matty Steinman. Who was it that was? I think it might have Alex in the chat or something was mentioned how Matt Steinman wasn't looking good. He's been a little bit shaky. Oh, and poor communication at the back. Cross came in from the Sky Blues. Macklin Freak, the goalkeeper, was coming out to claim it easily. Scotty Neville, right in front of him, just clears it away out for a corner. Oh, look at that. Look at Macklin Freak's like standing right behind him. Called out to him. These guys talking? They haven't played a game. I know they haven't played a game for a few weeks. But surely they can talk to each other. That should have been an easy... And if Sydney FC score on the back of this, here he comes across. Far post. Offside. Whew. Well. Wilkinson at the far post again. Sydney FC's last FFA Cup game. They did get the victory here against MacArthur FC. Will they find the late goals here once again against Brisbane Roar? Header one there by Retray. Yazbek, I think it was actually. Interesting to see when Mustafa Amini comes into the side, whether he gets shifted straight into the starting lineup. That'll be interesting for Sydney FC. Here is a chance here for Jay O'Shea for Roar. Edge of the box. Strike takes a deflection. I think Nikolai Miluznic was just down there for a second. He might be coming off. Which isn't good. They need him. Chuckmate says that Scorpion goal from him was the greatest goal in A-League history. Probably got to agree with you there. Dude, what a goal. What a goal. Like, it's just a freak goal, but crazy. All right. Brisbane Roar corner. Jay O'Shea with the delivery here. We're just past the hour mark. Come on. Come on, Jay O'Shea. Kick the ball. Corner comes in. He floats it out to the far post. Alex Parsons' first time. Well, that was ambitious. Alex Parsons was trying to volley that first time. That was something you do in FIFA. You know when you don't cross it into the middle, you just lob it to the edge of the box. But it did not work out. Parsons can score a decent goal. He can hit him, but that time it did not work out. Sydney FC striding through the middle of the park here. Paolo Retre. Lascano in with the tackle. Retre still on. Plays it out to Burgess. Sky Blues into the box. Burgess getting around his man. Cross comes in. Good stuff from Sydney FC. That's a bit more... You want to see that. That's what Brisbane should be doing, man. A bit more driving. But corner. Again. It's there's been plenty of corners this half already. Cam Sober was ghosting in at the far post there. So he had to have that clear, didn't he? Yeah. Here's Caceres with another corner for the Sydney FC. Headed clear. Only as far as Burgess. Joel King. Palo Retre. Caceres. He's been good for Sydney. He's been driving things. Oh, wayward pass from Yazbek. Well done. That's Juan Lascano, who's worked hard, the Argentine striker for Brisbane Roar. You can see Brisbane set up here to try and withstand this pressure. Cross comes in from Ryan Grant towards Camp Sober. Goal! Sydney FC score. And again, it literally just happened a minute before. Camp Sober ghosting into the far post once again. Sky Blues are up. Sky Blues in the lead. It was coming. The last few minutes, they've been looking pretty good. They've had the corners. And it is a goal. Camp Sober. Sydney FC in front, man. Ryan Grant with a nice cross, looking for that back post. Jack Hingett just getting caught out. It happened. It did. It happened just a minute before, man. Cam Sober, it almost came to him. And Hingett was able to clear literally a minute ago. But this time, caught out. Sydney FC in front. Xander's in the chat. Says, let's go. Chuckmate says, Elvis is in the building. That's right, Billy. It's a goal. There we go. We said it when he came on. He's already grabbed a couple of goals this season in the A-League. And he comes off. He comes on, rather, for Patrick Wood. And instant impact from the super sub. All right. So, as it stands, Sydney FC will be taking on Central Coast Mariners, hosting Central Coast Mariners in the semi-finals of the FFA Cup, unless Brisbane Roar have something to say about it. This is where we see what Brisbane are made of this season, ladies and gentlemen. Do they have the quality to overturn these deficits? Here's Lascano. Chips it over for Parsons. Brisbane need to commit numbers forward here. You get the sense that they're hesitant. Here's Joe Shea. It's going to come over to Miliusnic. Here's chance for Roar. Miliusnic blocked. Lascano. Is that a goal kick? It is. Well, Brisbane coming the other way there and had a good chance. Wow. Wow. That's right. What's up? Tough being a Raw fan, isn't it? These days, at least. All right, Steinman, Parsons. Alex Parsons. He's one of these players that have X factor for the Raw, man. They got to step up. It's all about these key players for Brisbane. They've got to lead this side. There we go. There's a good camera angle, good camera shot there just to see the rain. It is coming down there. Jeez. It is raining hard. Sydney FC on the counter-attack again. Not the right pass there from Palaretre. Come on, Brisbane. They're going to commit more numbers forward. The fullbacks have barely been getting forward. Rarely getting forward, at least. Lascano is now out in the wing and still has the ball. Brisbane still in possession. What can they do? Jay O'Shea trying to force his way through. You get the sense that they don't really have too much of a plan, Brisbane Roar. They're sort of just improvising. They're fluid in attack, but in terms of the positioning... What's up says, feel bad for Moon, Brisbane Roar coach. He did great last season, but this season he just can't figure it out. Well, so far, yeah, they're not looking as convincing as they were last season. Here's a cross coming in from, that's a better cross from Nick Olsen. It stayed in the field of play, but again, easy for Redmayne to claim. I do remember that Del Piero free kick, yeah. That was a long time ago now. Brisbane preparing a couple of changes there. I see Cyrus Demi getting ready to come on. That's someone they need. Here's Caceres for Sydney FC. Shot goes wide. So Cyrus Demi is a good change to make. He'll make an impact. Here's a shot of the Cove. Oh, Xander, if you're still watching, Xander, who's in the Cove? Are you towards the front? Are you towards the back? Xander, who's been tuning into the live stream, is currently in the Cove. Towards the front or the back? We just had a good shot of the cove there. And singing in the rain. Changes for Sydney FC as well. Van der Sar and Bobo coming on. Here we go. Changes galore. Let's go. Miliusnic and Lascano off for Brisbane. So two of those key attacking players off. Adams is on. Another young player. As is Cyrus Demi. Brisbane Roar fans, what can you tell us about Adams? Ryan Grant is off for Van der Sar. And Bobo on here for Trent Bahagia. Here comes Patrick Yazbek for Sydney FC. In for Cam Sober. Nice pass. Brisbane get to clear that? They do. Sydney FC looking to get in behind once again. Caceres. Retray crosses it in. That's a... doesn't really find anyone. Was it Ryan? No, Ryan Grant didn't come off. I swear they showed Ryan Grant coming off on the graphic. Must have been Max Burgess who came off. Is Demi and Adams on for Brisbane? Caceres now on the left-hand side. Elvis Cam Sober. Look at him go. In for Bobo. Here's Sydney FC with a chance. Good block. Scotty Neville. Sydney FC still going? Nah, win the free kick, Brizzy. It was for Burgess? Yeah. Van der Sar gone for Burgess. Ooh, Brisbane can break three. Ooh, surely that's a card. Foul there by Donachie. And he will get the yellow. I am indeed changing lineups, yeah. So, because there were a couple of changes made for each side then. Here's Brisbane with a long-range free kick. Shea to deliver. It's deep. Alex Parsons keeps it in. Demi. Keeper collided with Wilkinson there. Redmayne had to get it out. Took out his captain in the process. Updated Sydney FC lineup here. Van der Sar on that right-hand side. On for Burgess. And Bobo up the top. Placing Bahagia. Would I come to a semi-final at Sydney? Yeah. I mean, obviously, when they schedule it. Depends when they schedule it and where they play it. Imagine they play it here, hey? Cup football is always a good occasion. I remember going to the semi-final when Mariners hosted Adelaide a couple of years back. Fortunately, we lost that one at home. Jack Clisby scored a cracking free kick in that game. At least it isn't goals. You're right, that we do have a goal. And look, there is plenty of time now. There is plenty of time, but I can't see Sydney letting this slip now. I think Sydney will hold this out. They did it against MacArthur last time in the Cup. That's a shaky pass from Wilkinson. It does find a Sydney player, though. What do we use to make the lineups? A program? Just a free online program called Canva. Which, yeah. So I know. I think it's like one of the most popular design platforms. Like I know a lot of people that use it. Another shot of the Cove there. Can we see Xander? Our friend Xander. All right, we're going to see a bit more imagination here from the Brisbane Roar. Will we see a bit more imagination? That's the question, though. If Sydney go through, will Mariners beat them? Oh, look, the way Sydney playing at the moment, I mean, yes, we beat them 2-0 a couple of weeks ago. But Sydney have improved since then. So it's going to be tough. But I think so, yeah. I think so. I'm optimistic with the way that the Mariners are playing at the moment. But obviously, we're definitely going to have a couple of league fixtures before then, I imagine. Mariners have Jets this weekend, and then in a week's time, Mariners play City away. Unless they reshuffle that fixture to fit in the semi-final, which I doubt they'd do. Yeah. Chuckmate says, I want to watch Sturridge. He hasn't played in ages. Hey, we almost forget Sturridge is in the A-League. He rocked up. He played a couple minutes at the end of the round, at the end of that round one game. And he's been, Glory haven't played since. Well, they have played since, but Sturridge hasn't played since. Patrick Yazbek coming from the field. Looks like he got a little bit hurt in that challenge from Parsons. Free kick, though, for Roar. Jay Shea goes short and flat. Here's a chance for Roar. Good strike there from Adams. Redmayne can save. Okay. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Sydney FC just keep going on and grab a second here. They're a bit like that, especially when they're playing at home. That aside from that Newcastle game actually early in the season, they don't usually let leads slip at home. But they did let 2 goals slip against Newcastle. That's right. Here we go. Adams. Ball's pinched off by Wilkinson. Sydney's defense has been pretty solid this whole game, hasn't it? Jets says, I want Mariners to win coming from a Jets fan. Wow. Surprising to hear. All right, there'll be a change here for Sydney FC, I'm pretty sure. Ninkovic coming on for Yazbek. So I imagine Caceres will shift back to the middle. Unless, oh no, yeah, that's right. So Milos Ninkovic picked up an injury during the Mariners game last month. Hasn't quite looked the same this season, though, has he? Obviously, we know him as one of the best players in the A-League, but you get the sense that he's slowly starting to fade away in terms of his football quality. At least that's what we can assess from his performances. I think that's a fair statement to make. I mean, it's a big... it certainly is a fair statement to make considering how good he was in his first years here in Australia. Like, I know a lot of people, a lot of Sydney FC fans would probably consider him one of the best imports they've ever had. Emil Heskey. Chuckamy says, Emil Heskey, the best Newcastle just player yet? No way. No. That was another weird one too, eh? Emil Heskey playing in the A-League. How many goals did Heskey score? It wasn't too many, was it? Any Jets fans in the chat can pull up how many goals Emil Heskey scored for the Jets back in the day? I want to say like under 20, right? Surely under. How many seasons did he play? Did he play one? Did he play just like one season or two? I think he only played one season. It definitely would be under 20 then. Here's a chance for Sydney FC. Joel King's gotten in behind. Cross comes in. Oh, what a chance. Van der Sar with a strike. I'm pretty sure Bobo blocked it. His teammate got in the way. Now Brisbane can come. Oh, dude. Brisbane, come on, man. Like in the first half, they were competitive and they were in it. They kept Sydney FC scoreless. And I was like, come on, Brisbane. But I'm nothing. Dude, if you're a Brisbane Roar fan, it's not very encouraging. Anyway, here's Sydney FC once again. Ninkovic, Kemsoba, Van der Sar blazes over the bar. Here we go. Chuck Meat says, Heskey scored 10 A-League goals in 42 appearances. Okay, so he did play a couple seasons, but 10 goals. Look, it's not the worst return, but yeah, he's certainly not the best player. Jet says, Jet's probably going to be in the mud this season. I like what I've seen from Yule. Just hate how much he doesn't pass the ball. If he passes, we score goals. But credit to him, he's a class player at the moment. Interesting that you would say that the Jets are going to be in the mud this season. Because we were talking about them earlier and like how good they've been. Like how impressive they've looked in some games. They've obviously only won the one game so far. But like in attack, they've been really good. Really impressive. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Career-wise. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, Heskey's played at a World Cup, man. Like, Heskey was one of England's lead strikers at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. But, so in terms of its CV, obviously there's quality there. But in terms of A-League performances, certainly better players. If you want to go back to Nicky Carl, Joel Griffiths. And again, I probably shouldn't be talking about our rivals on F3 Derby week. Yeah. Yeah, defense is a little bit shaky at the moment still for Jets, that's for sure, yeah. Ooh, challenge in there from Donachie. He's giving away another free kick. He's already on a yellow. James wait. Oh, he's off. He's off. That's a red card. That's a red card, dude. James Donachie's off. I said that he was on. I didn't expect it. I mean, I brought it up because I was like, they could give a second yellow for that. I didn't think a referee was going to do it. And then I just saw he's off. So Demi Ford on the ball. Dude, yeah, you can't do that. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the worst challenge. Like, he didn't necessarily, like, absolutely destroy him. But Donachie flies in. And he can't do that when you're on a yellow. And he's off. Second yellow. Are Brisbane out of changes? Sorry, are Sydney FC out of changes? I think they are. They've used 3 windows. They brought on Kemsoba, and then they brought on Bobo and Van der Sar, and then they brought in Ninkovic. That's three separate windows with those 4 subs there. So they can't bring on anyone else. So you'd imagine maybe Ryan Grant's going to have to tuck into centre back and Van der Sar back to right back. Goodness me. Drama. So, okay, there is the window, the doorway has opened for Brisbane Roar because James Donachie, who has been part of a very solid Sydney FC defence this game so far, has just been sent off. The former Brisbane Roar player. Wow. Here we go. Barry says, come on, Roar. Here's the chance. And it's going to be a free kick here. It's Alec Parsons and Joe Shea. Here's Joe Shea with a strike. Oh my gosh, dude. That was very close. Joe Shea not too far away from equalising with a spectacular shot from the free kick. That was a good strike of the ball over the wall and good. And he got it down. It was just away, just the wrong side of the post. Well, okay, so it's going to be interesting to see what Sydney FC do to respond to this red card tactically. But as I mentioned, I imagine it'll have to be Ryan Grant shifting back to the centre of defence. And Van der Sar back to right back. Just to cover the holes. Let's have a look. Yeah, that does look right. Wow. Okay. So, no James Donachie. Well, it does mean that Sydney FC probably won't score another goal in this game because they will be focusing on sitting back and just make sure they're not exposed here. Here comes... it's a cross in here, and it's a good chance. Parsons! Oh, hit that with more conviction, son. It's an easy block in the end for Joel King. Whew. Okay. It might be nervy stuff here for the Sky Blues fans. Brisbane can afford to commit numbers forward here. They've been very hesitant to really commit numbers forward. But they're going to have to do it here, man. Brisbane, again, shifting the ball forward. This is good. Kaitruan, Demi, Cyrus Demi on the ball. Looking for that sneaky pass. Doesn't work out, but they've still got possession. Are we going to see a Roar equaliser here? It's chipped over. Is he onside? Chance. Adams. Corner, Brisbane. Here comes the onslaught, man. 85th minute. There's still time. You reckon we'd have at least maybe 3-4 minutes of injury time? At least. J.S. Shea to deliver. Who, just a moment ago, came so close to scoring that free kick. That's right. Sydney FC on the back foot. J.S. Shea delivers. Deep corner. Header comes across. Still on. Scott Neville. Back for O'Shea. Chips it in. Demi surely has fouled his man there. It is play on. In from Daly. Headed away. That wasn't the best cross. So Brisbane. This is where they need to show us what they're up. Oh, dude. Lack of communication shown once again there from this Brisbane Roar side. That was, is that Nick Olsen again? Oh my goodness, it was. Nick Olsen has had a shocker of a game, ladies and gentlemen. At left back. And as I mentioned, I don't like to pick on players, but my goodness me. What's going on with all these wayward passes and crosses? It's, yeah, wow. The Cove. In the stands there for Sydney FC on the screen. Hoping their side can hold on. Here we go. They don't have to rush it, Brisbane. They don't have to rush it. They've just got to keep the ball and get numbers forward. Simply that. It's only Bobo who's really forward for Sydney FC. Here is Cam Sober attacking on the right for Sydney, though. Ninkovic. Oh, nice flick from Ninkovic back hill. Here's Joel King. Can you get the cross in? Plays it short. Ninkovic. King. corner. The Sydney FC might have another chance here with this corner. Good on him for winning that corner, though. All right. Updated Sydney FC lineup just to show Donachie off the field and what that meant for Sydney FC. Ooh, it's play on. There's a foul there on that's Scott Neville getting forward. Sydney FC now playing pretty much a 4-4-1 formation. Okay, it's nice to be doing a watch along with the sun still up, hey? Okay, how much injury time do you reckon we're going to get? That's the question, actually. I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna say 4. That's my prediction right now. I'm gonna say 4. Okay, Scott Neville. Past Jesse Daly losing the ball. Do Brisbane have another window up their sleeve? Maybe. They don't really have any other weapons to bring on, though. That's the only thing. Pass in. Nice pass from O'Shea. Here's Steinman. Goes for the strike. Deflection. Corner. Brisbane corner, and we're about to find out how much injury time we're going to have. It is going to be 4. It is going to be 4 extra minutes to be played on. Added time. Enough time for Brisbane to find an equaliser. O'Shea's corner. Oh, good delivery. Steinman. Chance. Surely. No. Blocked. Demi. Oh, my God. No way. Did that cross the line? Oh, incredible chance for Brisbane. Cross comes in. Oh, we have to see replay of that. Brisbane had a succession of 3-4 shots in a row there. Numbers in the box. So many in the road for Sydney FC. Just getting in the way of it. Came out to Steinman. Played it short. What a chance. Right in front there. Alex Parsons blocked. Demi blocked. And it was ricocheting around. It came off the back of Redmayne for a second there. And eventually they get it clear. And Redmayne claims in the end. Oh my God, dude. Xander says chances for Roar shiver my timbers. So, that's 1 minute down. 3 to go in injury time. Ball with Sydney FC. They're sending it down the other end. Goal kick. Macklin Freak taking it quickly. Brisbane need to throw it. Need to throw everything forward here. And they are. The numbers are forward. Switch of play. Didn't work out at all. Goodness. Well, we've had a little bit of drama towards the end of this game, haven't we? Sydney FC looked like they're on control, scoring that goal. And then the red card sort of has just put a little hiccup in proceedings for the home side. Just under 2 minutes now to go of injury time. Jack Hingett on the right. Where's the numbers in the box? Towards Demi. Comes out for Parsons. Wait, what is it? Is it a free kick? Why didn't they play advantage? They had advantage. They had the ball, dude. That's happened multiple times this season where the referees easily could have played advantage. Neon says I'm praying for Brisbane to score. Brisbane, please score. They've got another good chance here. They've had the chances now, Brisbane. They've had a number of set pieces, free kicks, corners. So far, Sydney's defending everything, but are without the tall timber of James Donachie. Here we go. O'Shea's free kick. Good delivery. Was that surely that's a corner. Macklin Freak, the keeper, is up as well. Surely that's a corner. Has been called a goal kick. No, it is a corner. It is a corner. There are so many players in the box right now. Macklin Freak, the goalkeeper, I'm pretty sure is still up there, is he? Yeah, he is. The keeper's up for Brisbane Roar. Sydney have time to go the other way and score a second if they can. We've seen it already happen in the A-League this season. Wanderers have done it against Phoenix. But here's O'Shea with another delivery. 30 seconds to go. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen the worst corner delivery in Australian football history. It's happened at Jubilee Oval on what's today's date? We've just seen the worst corner delivery in Australian football on the 12th of January 2022, delivered by J. O'Shea of Brisbane Roar. 30 seconds to go when you're just about to get knocked out of the FFA Cup. And J. O'Shea floats it. There's a way out of play. It wasn't in play for a second. He just launched it behind the goal. No, he didn't launch. He float. It looked worse too because he just hanged it up. Your entire team's in the box, and now it's going to be full time. And ladies and gentlemen, full time. Sydney FC are going through to the quarterfinal. Sorry, Sydney FC are going through the semi-finals to take on Central Coast Mariners, to host Central Coast Mariners. Semi-finals of the FFA Cup have been confirmed. Melbourne Victory to take on Wellington Phoenix. Sydney FC will host the Central Coast Mariners, looking for revenge after the Mariners won in the league. Wowee, what do we make of it? But oh my goodness, J. O'Shea. He's had a decent game and has been heavily involved in this game, and his deliveries, well, some of them were a little bit off, but not as off as that last one. Goodness me. Goodness me. But seriously, you're about to get knocked out of the cup. It's a cup quarter-final. Your whole team's in the box. Your goalkeepers come up. And I was talking to J. O'Shea up earlier this game. I was like, he's one of the best deliveries in the league. He knows how to play a long ball. And he comes up with that? They came so close, Brisbane, at the end. But, of course, the lone goal to Elvis Campsover, the substitute, is the difference between the two sides, and that's it. So, semi-final time. Xander says, we will destroy you. We'll wait and see. Mariners, of course, defeated Sydney FC already this season, I have to say. 2-0. But, of course, this game will be played down in Sydney for a Sydney FC home semi-final. It will be a highly anticipated game. And, yeah, dude, we can't wait. But 1-0 to Sydney FC in this game. Brisbane Roar, their first game back in action after 4 weeks off. And, showed promising signs, probably more so in that first half. Lack of quality in the final third. You can see here the stats, 55% possession to Sydney FC. 45 to the Roar. 11 shots Sydney, 12 to the Roar. And, corner stats were even 7 and 6. And Brisbane did have more shots on target in the end. 7 out of 12. So, look, Brisbane were in the game. and easily could have equalised at the end. But credit to Sydney FC, who were just more clinical and a bit more effective up front. That's right, the O'Shea commentator's curse. It hit me, didn't it? It was a good game. I did enjoy that game. That's our first ever FFA Cup watch-along we've done here. We've done plenty of A-League watch-alongs. And first ever FFA Cup watch-along. And of course, they actually partly did this because there won't be any Coastwood football watch-along this weekend because, of course, the Mariners game is happening, and then all the games are happening on Saturday. So I'll be involved in, of course, all the Mariners action. No game on Friday, no games on Sunday in the A-League this weekend. So no watch-along for another little while. But of course, keep an eye out tomorrow. Going to be doing the prediction video, the preview video. We will be breaking down all the stats and previewing the 3 games going ahead this weekend in the A-League men's competition. Can't wait for it. My Mariners, of course, taking on our rivals, the Newcastle Jets, which hopefully we win. I'm sure we will. We've on a good run of 4. SB4 says, we go to the Asian Champions League. Well, dude, this increases our chances because here's the thing: if Sydney FC win the FFA Cup, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Mariners will still go through to the Champions League because we would have finished third. Sydney FC have already qualified because they were runners up in the league last season. Yeah. Anyway, hey guys, thanks so much for tuning into this Cup Watch Along. It's been a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys coming in here to chat, talk football, react to all of the action live with me. If you're not subscribed, if you're a new viewer here, feel free to hit subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date to all the A-League content, Mariners content that's dropping here. And keep an eye out for all of the content surrounding the F3 Derby coming up this weekend. We cannot wait for it. We cannot wait for it. I'm so excited, man. It's been a long time since I've seen my Mariners play. It's felt like forever, but it's only been like a few weeks. Anyway, have a fantastic Wednesday night, everyone.